what I'd like to do now is use Doctopus to create individual files that are shared with students so that I can then have information go into those files based on forms I've filled out for their observations and various conversations we've had. What I need to do in order to use Doctopus for this purpose is I need to make sure I have a folder for that group. So I'm going to create a new folder. And the other thing I need to do is I need to have a template file. And I've got my template files in a templates folder, and I've called it Mentor Group Observations. And it just has a heading at the top, nothing more. The contents of the form that I use will go below that. From within the Google Sheet that I've got my student names and email addresses, I'm going to go to my add-ons and go to Doctopus. If I didn't have Doctopus already, I would go to Manage Add-ons, type in Doctopus, and search for it. I do have it, so I'm going to go Launch. And then I'm going to follow the prompts on the right-hand side. The explanations here really are quite good, so I'm going to move somewhat quickly through this. I'm going to distribute drive resources to a roster, and the roster is what I will set up based on this information in my worksheet. I'm going to select the roster. These are the rosters I already have, but I'm going to build a new roster. My method is I'm going to use information from this sheet, and I'm going to create this roster. So Doctopus creates a new sheet, and they call it new roster, and they set up some headings. So I'm just going to go in to the worksheet I already had with the information. I'm going to copy and paste things into that roster. Now that I've got the information in, I'm going to click refresh. Okay, and I need to give this roster a name. I'm going to call it Mentor Group 1617, very creative. And I could have Doctopus create all sorts of shared files and folders. They would look like this: the teacher, the class edit. I don't need anything that detailed. I just want individual files. So I'm going to uncheck that box, save roster, and continue. Now from here, I can determine how I want the information shared. I would like all the same privileges for each individual student. Whole class, no, I don't want other people in the class to see the file. I don't want the student to be able to edit the file, just view. And I'm not going to deliver any assignments to this. Any co-teachers, if there was someone else I had as another mentor, I could put them in here, but there isn't, so I'm going to click Save and Continue. I'm going to choose the folder that I want to put all these files in, and we did that earlier. So these are the folders. There's the Mentor Group 1617. Click Select. What you should know about that folder panel is the most recently accessed folder always appears in the upper left. The folder that holds the template is in a different folder. Remember I showed you a file that just had the heading across it? And that is a folder that I very creative called Templates. I'm going to refresh this, and then I'm going to save and continue. So refresh. So that's the folder I want. I want to select the actual file that is my template, and it's Mentor Group Observations. And now I can save and continue. So I'm going to, choose existing. The folder I've accessed most recently is always in the upper left, so that makes it easy because I just created that folder. And then it's going to ask me how I want the files named. And I just want them named the student's last name and then their first name. And I could send them a personal message saying, hey, this file is going to contain information about you, but I'm just going to leave that. Save and continue. And now a whole bunch of stuff is going to go on. It's telling me what it's going to go through and do. It's going to create 8 new student resources, use this template, no access to the class and no notification sent. I'm going to run the copy and share. And you can watch it go through creating a file for each student. And I'm done. All jobs complete. But for our purposes, we're done. I can go into my Google Drive, go into my folder, take a look in my Mentor Group folder, and there are all the files that it created, and you can see the files have been shared with me and with the student. So this can now be used with DocAppender to populate a form name and then also to have the contents of that form go into these files. So using Doctopus to set up the files for DocAppender when you have a large number of students can really save you a lot of time. If you have any questions about this, other Google technology, or really any other technology we use here at the school, please don't hesitate to let me know, and I hope you have a great day.